answer your computer, technical, streaming, and cybersecurity questions. You're listening to a Faster PC live technical support. We're heard every Saturday in the 10 o'clock hour on WPSL, also streaming live to Facebook and YouTube, where you can go there right now and watch the video. Today, we'll cover quite a bit today. Microsoft just released their patch Tuesday. We'll be covering that later in the show. Also, we'll be going over the latest and the biggest cybersecurity threats that are out there. In addition to that, we are going to actually talk about and show you how you can watch college football without cable TV. And I know this is big. College football is just around the corner. So, and of course, we're here to answer your questions. Your questions could be on any topic. It could be on any topic. Doesn't have to be on the topics that I've mentioned. In fact, I even had a dream last night that I was like, we had, so many calls and whatever that I just had to extend the show. And we do that sometimes. So we can extend the show. We can actually go over various ways that you can watch this type of content. I mean, some of the content, hey, we're just going to go over it later on. We'll extend the show. We can't do that on the radio, obviously, because there's another show right after us. But what we can do on the live stream, we can just keep it going if we need to. So don't be shy about calling with your questions. You can also head over to our YouTube video or our Facebook video. I am monitoring those videos. I'm monitoring the comment section. If you have a question, you can type it into there. Or, of course, just give us a call here, fasterpc.com. Well, give us a call here. I'm thinking about a few things, but give us a call at 772-340-1590, 772-340-1590. What I was thinking about is how you can get the links to the live videos. If you don't know where they are, go to our website at fasterpc.com. From the website, click on the big red button at the very top, right in the center, at the very top of the page. It says Live Technical Support. On the left-hand side, there's various ways that you can actually schedule live technical support with a Faster PC. On the right-hand side, there's various ways that you can listen to or watch a Faster PC live technical support, including the live streams going on right now. Links to both of those at YouTube and Facebook. And we also have, in addition to that, we have links to various videos and shorts. So much of the content that you hear on a Faster PC live technical support, we do roll that out to smaller, shorter videos, and then even shorts, which are just really small snippets, anywhere from 15 seconds up to 3 minutes, where we actually go over really briefly some of the content. We do have up there how you can watch NFL football without cable TV, including how you can watch every single game without cable TV. You may want to head over there and watch that. We do have also a few weeks ago, maybe, 3 or 4 weeks ago, we covered how to watch the Little League World Series without cable TV. And I know that is in high swing. I actually saw yesterday that one of the players from, I think it was China, actually pitched 2 pitches in a row that were 82 miles an hour. That's very fast. But you can head over to our previous videos and you can watch those. So we do also, by the way, after this show is over, sometime probably today, we actually will go through this video, go through the transcript of this, and actually summarize it for YouTube, including timestamped timelines. So you actually can go right to the point where you left off. And before then, you can still do it. You just have to kind of guess at what section to go to. But right now, we're going to actually show you, and I know a lot of you out there, you're thinking about cord cutting. Maybe you're not quite sure whether you should do it or not. I know that there are people that sign up for cable TV just so they can watch college football. Well, we're going to show you today. I'm going to show you how you can watch college football without cable TV. College football in 2025 is bigger than ever, but guess what? You don't need cable to catch every heart-stopping moment. With more games than ever streaming, some of them streaming exclusively, cutting the cord has never been easier. So if you're ready to ditch the cable with the bill without missing a single snap, stick around, because today I'm going to break down exactly how to watch every game that you want to watch this season. So first we're going to see, one of the things you have to do is you have to look, what games do you want to watch? We're going to go over the games that you watch. We're going to go over the networks that actually air these games. And we're going to go over various ways that you can watch these networks. And some of them, it's going to depend on if you want to watch every game your team plays. Well, maybe you're going to have to either have cable or you're going to have a cable TV substitute. But we're also going to show you various ways that you can watch some of the content that's out there. So if you're not necessarily hung up on which game or which game you want to watch, maybe you're okay with watching any game, then there are a lot of ways, including free ways to watch college football. So we're going to go over the various conferences, and there are a lot of conferences. So there's the American Athletic Conference, AAC. These games are aired on ABC, ESPN, ESPN2, ESPNU, and ESPN Plus. You also have the Atlantic Coast Conference, the ACC. These games are aired on ABC, ACC Network, ACC Network Extra, ESPN, ESPN2, ESPNU, ESPN Plus, and the CW. The Big 12 Conference. These games are aired on ABC, ESPN, ESPN2, ESPNU, ESPN Plus, Fox, FS1, HBO Max, and TNT. And then you have the Big 10 Conference. And you have the Big 10 Network where you can get these games. Also CBS, Fox, FS1, NBC, and Peacock. Then you have the Conference USA. You can watch these games on CBS Sports Network, ESPN, ESPN2, ESPN3, ESPNU, and ESPN Plus. And then you have the Division 1 FBS Independent, where you can watch these games on CBS Sports Network, NBC, and Peacock. Then you have the Mid-Atlantic Conference, where you can watch these games on CBS Sports Network, ESPN, ESPN2, ESPNU, and ESPN Plus. The Mountain West Conference, where you can watch these games on CBS, CBS Sports Network, Fox, FS1, HBO Max, and True TV. And then you have the big conference, the Big Daddy, the Southeastern Conference, or SEC. You can watch these games on ABC, ESPN, ESPN2, ESPN3, ESPNU, ESPN Plus, the SEC Network, and SEC Plus. And then you have the Sun Belt Conference, where you can watch these games on ABC, ESPN, ESPN2, ESPNU, and ESPN Plus. So those are the networks that actually carry the games. Now, one of the things that you want to just pay attention to here is that some of these networks are have over-the-air digital broadcast. And so what you can do with this, you can get a digital antenna and you can watch these games. Now, it's going to depend on where you're located, where the tower's located, as to what type of digital antenna you need to use to be able to watch these games. One of the things, an internal antenna, if you're close enough to the antennas, you can get these games with an internal antenna. But for best reception, get an external antenna. Even if you have to use it in your house, you could put it in a closet, bring it out when the games are on, and you can actually point this maybe out a window. But if you can put it outside on a 20-foot pole, that'll give you the best reception. Get it up above the rooftops is really what the goal is there. And some of our customers that have done this have been able to pick up television stations from as far away as 100 miles away. So that's one way that you can get a lot of this for free. You also have ESPN. A lot of these games are on ESPN in their various ESPN networks. Well, you can subscribe to ESPN. It's $12 a month. You can get a lot of content, not only the Little League Baseball World Series, but also college football. You can get there's NFL games that are there. A lot of content available, and really at just a little bit of money. And you do have also streaming packages for both NBC and CBS. So you have Peacock and Paramount. In fact, Paramount comes for free with a Walmart Plus subscription. So if you have a Walmart Plus subscription, that's a cool way to actually get that without paying additional for that. We have a show where we actually talked about how you can get that. Some of the networks have their own subscription where you can actually watch the games from that subscription. That includes the ACC, the SEC, the Big Ten. So you can actually get these and you can actually watch these games. And of course, you could go with a cable TV substitute package, such as Fubo, plus you can also have Hulu plus live TV. There's various other content that's out there that you can get. And we want you to be able to watch these games without delay. You're listening to a Faster PC radio here, heard every Saturday in the 10 o'clock hour right here on this station and stream live to our Facebook page. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back, ready to answer your computer questions. So you know what? If you have questions, well, we can't answer them unless you ask them. Our number, if you want to have your computer questions answered, is 772-340-5090, 772-340-5090. Also, you can type your questions into the comment section of our live Facebook video that's happening right now over at Facebook. You can go there, search for Faster PC. We have almost 23,000 likes, or you just go to our website, afasterpc.com, click on the link to listen to a Faster PC radio. We're here. We're ready to answer your computer questions, and we'll be right back to do that. Computer problems? You need a Faster PC. Hackers are constantly looking for ways to break into your computer and network to access your data and hold it hostage. Think this can't happen to you? Think again. Hackers regularly target small businesses. A Faster PC has produced a cybersecurity crisis report that goes over urgent and critical protections every small business must have in place now to protect their bank accounts, client data, confidential information, and reputation from the tsunami of cybercrime. To access this report, give us a call at 772-878-5978 or download the report today at
www.afasterpc.com.
That's www.afasterpc.com. Cybersecurity problems?
You need a Faster PC.
A Faster PC is located at 7190 South US 1 in Port St. Lucie, next to Dollar General.
To access this report, give us a call at 772-878-5978 or download the report today at afasterpc.com.
You need a Faster PC.
772-878-5978. Microsoft has announced that they are ending support for Windows 10 October 14, 2025. If you continue to use Windows 10 after that point, your computer will be susceptible to security vulnerabilities. A Faster PC can upgrade most computers to Windows 11, even if Microsoft has told you that your computer isn't compatible, and we can even do so remotely without you needing to bring your computer in. Don't be a sitting duck or hackers. Let a Faster PC upgrade your computer. Computer problems?
You need a Faster PC.
When you need to protect your computer from hackers,
You need a Faster PC.
A Faster PC is located at 7190 South US 1 in Port St. Lucie, next to Dollar General.
and on the web at
www.afasterpc.com. .com.
That's www.afasterpc.com. Computer problems?
Don't you know by now you need a faster PC?
For more information, call 772-878-5978. Welcome back to a Faster PC Radio. I know you've been waiting, a whole few minutes for the next segment of today's show. If you've been waiting to give us a call so that you can get your computer question answered, well, now's a great time to give us a call. Give us a call. The number here at the studio is 772-340-1590, 772-340-1590. Of course, if you're a little bit shy, maybe you don't want to call and be on the radio. This is your opportunity, by the way, if you do want to be on the radio. But if you're a little bit shy, maybe you don't want to be on the radio, you don't want people to hear what you say, then you can actually head over to our Facebook video. It's a live Facebook video going on right now. You can head over there. Just go to www.afasterpc.com. Click on the link to listen to a Faster PC Radio. That'll take you to our Facebook page, or you can go to Facebook, search for a Faster PC. You'll find our page. We have between 22 and 23,000 likes. You'll be able to actually get over there, scroll down on the page a little bit. You'll see the live video, and you can type your question into the comment section. Now, your question doesn't have to be on what we've been talking about. It can be on any topic as long as it's computer related. So head over there and you can be on the show, or just give us a call, 772-340-1590. We did also want to remind you that we have technicians standing by ready to resolve computer problems. Our number in the shop is 772-878-5978, and we are located at 7190 South US 1 in Port St. Lucie. Again, the number is 772-878-5978. Computer problems?
You need a faster PC.
Yes, you do, and we are back ready to answer your computer, technical, streaming, and cybersecurity questions. Again, your questions don't have to be on the topics we've said we're going to talk about, but we do have a full schedule, and if you do have questions, we'll just extend the show out on the live videos that are going on YouTube, the live streams that are going on YouTube and Facebook. You can get the links to both of those again at our website, fasterpc.com. The very top of the page, click on the link that says live technical support. On the right hand side, there's the various ways that you can actually watch live a Faster PC live technical support and also listen to it as well. One of the things that we go over this every month. Microsoft and Adobe team up and release what is known as Patch Tuesday. And this happens the second Tuesday of each month. There are major security updates that are out, and if you don't install these, your computer will be a sitting duck. Imagine browsing the web or opening a single document only to have your system hijacked instantly. That's the terrifying reality of two vulnerabilities that have a CVSS score of 9.8, with 10 being the most critical. 9.8 is very close to that, and these were patched this month by Microsoft. There's 107 new CVEs, or common vulnerabilities and exploits, including critical flaws in Windows, Office, and even SharePoint. This is one of the biggest Patch Tuesdays in 5 years. Stay with me because we're going to break down the biggest threats with patches to prioritize and how to keep your system safe. So we're back to a Faster PC Live technical support. We are here trying to keep you safe. We want to actually help you, keep you ahead of the latest cybersecurity threats. This month, Microsoft dropped a massive security update with 107 new CVEs affecting Windows, Office, Azure, Edge, and even GitHub Copilot. 12 of these are rated as critical, and one is publicly known before patching. While none of these are confirmed under active exploit yet, several are Several are severe enough to demand immediate attention. So, hey, let's dive in to these threats. And we'll talk in just a little bit about the Adobe threats as well. So, the first critical threat is a GDI remote code execution vulnerability. This bug has a CVSS score of 9.8, as it allows for code execution just by browsing to a malicious website. An attacker could also embed a specially crafted meta file into a document and have the target open the file. A worst case scenario would be an attacker uploading something through an ad network that is served up to users. Ad blockers aren't just to remove annoyances, they also help protect malicious ads, and this is one of the things that we actually go over to protect you. So they're rare, but they have occurred in the past. We've seen them this week even, since GDI Plus touches so many different components, and users tend to click on anything, test and deploy this one quickly. There's also a Windows graphics component remote code execution vulnerability. Speaking of browse and own, that's exactly what this bug allows as well. Rating with a CVSS score of 9.8, this could lead to code execution by viewing a specially crafted image. Browse and own bugs always gain attention from researchers. So even though this listed as exploitation less likely, treat this as a critical patch for deployment. Microsoft Office remote code execution vulnerability. This is the 7th month in a row that at least one Office component allowed code execution through the preview pane. Pay attention. With so many different components impacted, what you want to do is you want to actually make sure that you're patching the program. So it appears that attackers are mining code that haven't been looked at much and finding some gems. Perhaps it's time to consider disabling the preview pane for a bit while the security gnomes in Redmont, Washington, sort this out. There's a Microsoft SharePoint remote code execution vulnerability. We've been talking to you about quite a bit of the SharePoint vulnerabilities. SharePoint has definitely been on the hot seat over the last month, with exploits hitting several U.S. government targets. While this bug is not listed as under active attack, it's the same type of bug in the second stage of existing exploits. The first stage is an authentication bypass, as this vulnerability does require authentication. However, several auth bypassers are publicly known and patched, which means you have to get the patches installed, otherwise you're not patched. Be sure you are up to date with all your SharePoint patches and reconsider having them be internet accessible. One of the things you do want to do is with SharePoint, these patches really affect the local SharePoint servers. So if you're using Microsoft's cloud servers, those get patched right away. But if you're using your own server, you need to make sure that you're installing these patches. So what we're going to do, we're actually going to go out and show you how you can actually we're going to show you how you can actually install these updates. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to switch over on the stream, on the live stream. I'll verbally describe this for those that are just listening, but know that you can head over at any time and you can watch this. So what we're going to do, we're going to click the start button. That's the 4-pane window. And then what we're going to do is we're going to look for settings. Now, by default, it's in Windows 10, it's right above the Start menu, or right above the Start button. In Windows 11, it'll be by default in the pinned apps. I have put mine into a group known as Utilities. You're going to look for a gear or a cog, some people call it, and then click on Windows Updates. And what you're going to do, mine is up to date because I did install my updates this week. But if you have updates ready or pending, you'll see those listed here. You can always click check for updates as well. And many of these updates do require you to restart your computer because part of the update is installed while you're in Windows. Part of the update is installed as you're shutting down, and then additional parts of the update are installed as you're booting back up. So what you'll want to do is definitely go and check this out. Get your Windows updates installed. Also, you see this symbol here with the circle that's pointing in, or the arrows that are pointing in a circle. That symbol, if you see that symbol down near the clock in the lower right hand corner, then what you need to do is actually click on that, and it'll probably tell you that there are updates that are available and that you'll need to actually reboot your computer to go ahead and install those updates. So now we're going to the Adobe updates. Adobe is really big. These Adobe updates, you want to actually make sure that you are protecting yourself from these threats that are out there. Imagine you're working on a critical project in Photoshop or InDesign with just one click on a malicious file, and bam, hackers take control of your entire system. Sounds scary, right? Well, Adobe just dropped 13 new security bulletins fixing 68 vulnerabilities, some of which could let attackers run arbitrary code on your machine. If you use any Adobe software, you need to watch this breakdown so that you can stay safe. So, here's the thing. Today we're diving into the Adobe Patch August 2025 Patch Tuesday updates, including 13 security bulletins addressing 68 CVEs. Again, that stands for Common Vulnerabilities and Exceptions across popular apps like Photoshop, Illustrator, InDesign, and the entire Substance 3D suite. I'll tell you which patches to prioritize, which bugs are critical, and whether any are being actively exploited. So we're going to dive in right now. And so again, 13 security bulletins addressing 68 common vulnerabilities in Commerce, Substance 3D Viewer, Animate, Illustrator, Photoshop, Substance 3D Modeler, Substance 3D Painter, Substance 3D Sampler, InDesign, InCopy, Substance 3D Stager, FrameMaker, and Dimensions. If you're looking to prioritize, start with the update for Commerce, which has 6 bugs and are listed as priority 2. There are 8 bugs in the patch for InCopy, and all are rated as critical and lead to code execution. The patch for InDesign is quite large, with 14 different CVEs being addressed. 12 of those are critical. The fix for Substance 3D Modeler is also quite large, with 13 CVEs. However, one of these are rated in. However, most of these are rated important. That's a similar story for the fix in Substance 3D Painter. Of the 9 CVEs fixed, only 1 is critical. There's also 1 critical fix in the patches for Substance 3D Stager, which fixes 2 bugs in total. The patch for Substance 3D Sampler fixes a single important CVE. Substance 3D Family is rounded out with 2 critical CVEs for Substance 3D Viewer. The fix for Anime addresses 2 bugs, one of which is critical. The patch for Illustrator contains 4 fixes. 2 of these bugs lead to arbitrary code execution. The single fix for Photoshop also addresses a bug that could lead to code execution. Both of these are typically open and own exploits. The patch for FrameMaker contains fixes for 5 CVEs. The final patch from Adobe this month fixes a single important rated bug in Dimension. So none of these are actively being exploited, but time is of the essence. Get out and install these updates because it will happen. I'm going to switch over to a full screen. And again, I'll try to verbally describe this, but you're going to want to open up Adobe Creative Cloud if you use Adobe Creative Cloud. And from Adobe Creative Cloud, you actually have the option to go ahead and install the updates. And so we're going to look and we're going to click to install the updates to Adobe Creative Cloud. Now, you can also configure Adobe Creative Cloud to automatically install updates. And when you have actually configured it to automatically install updates, it will go ahead and install those updates periodically as long as the program is running. And by default, it will run, if you haven't removed it from startup, by default, it will run in startup. And so you want to make sure that you don't remove it from startup. And then what will happen is your Adobe Creative Design will be able to go ahead and install it. For some reason, mine isn't loading quite right, but let me see if I can get it to load properly here. But typically, you'll see actually from the Creative Cloud, you'll see where you can open up programs. You can also click on updates, and you can again turn on automatic updates. So I might have to record that segment later on for that video. If you're out there, you need help installing these updates, you need a faster PC, give us a call, 772-878-5978. You're listening to a Faster PC radio heard on this station every Saturday in the 10 o'clock hour. We're going to take a quick break, but we'll be right back for the final segment of today's show. Listen, if you want to get your computer questions answered and you haven't called in, now's your opportunity. In fact, this is your last opportunity coming up. 772-340-1590. 772-340-1590. You can also head over to our Facebook page, and you can actually, from the Facebook page, you can type your computer questions into the comment section of the live video, and we'll cover them on today's show. But you know what? You've got to get over there right now or give us a call, 772-340-1590, so we can answer your computer questions. Computer problems? You need a faster PC. The one thing we hate to hear after someone's hard drive dies is, I was just about to make a backup. Just about is not good enough. At a faster PC, we can recover data from failing hard drives, but not all the time. And we can't recover your data if it's stolen or destroyed by fire, unless you have a backup. We can't recover your data if it's encrypted with ransomware unless you have a backup. A faster PC can't protect your data from loss by hard drive failure, fire, theft, sabotage, and ransomware. Don't wait until it's too late.
You need a faster PC.
When your data is important,
You need a faster PC.
A faster PC is located at 7190 South US 1 in Fort St. Lucie, next to Dollar General.
and on the web at
www.fasterpc.com.
that's www.afasterpc.com. When you can't lose your data,
Don't you know by now you need a faster PC?
give us a call today at 772-878-5978. Microsoft has announced that they are ending support for Windows 10 October 14, 2025. If you continue to use Windows 10 after that point, your computer will be susceptible to security vulnerabilities. A faster PC can upgrade most computers to Windows 11, even if Microsoft has told you that your computer isn't compatible, and we can even do so remotely without you needing to bring your computer in. Don't be a sitting duck for hackers. Let a faster PC upgrade your computer. Computer problems? problems?
You need a faster PC.
When you need to protect your computer from hackers.
You need a faster PC.
A faster PC is located at 7190 South US 1 in Fort St. Lucie, next to Dollar General.
And on the web at
www.afastpc.com.
that's www.afasterpc.com. Computer problems?
Don't you know by now you need a faster PC?
For more information, call 772-878-5978. Welcome back to A Faster PC Radio. This is the last segment of today's show. We'd love to answer your computer questions, but if you don't call, we can't answer. Give us a call. The number to have your computer question answered is 772-340-1590, 772-340-1590, or you can hop on over to our Facebook page, A Faster PC, and actually from there, you can type your question into the comment section. So again, just a few more minutes to answer your questions. We did want to remind you also that not only can you ask your questions at the Facebook page or by calling 772-340-1590, but you can also watch the video as well. So some of the questions that I'm answering, as I answer those questions, I'll be able actually to show you the steps that you go through to resolve computer problems. And if you're not where you can watch it right now, that's fine. You can watch it at your convenience shortly after the show's over. It'll be up there on our Facebook page. You can get there one of two ways. Either go to our website, afasterpc.com. We have a link that says listen to A Faster PC Radio. If you click on that, it'll take you to our Facebook page, or go to Facebook and search for A Faster PC. We also wanted to remind you that in the shop we have technicians standing by today to work on computers and resolve computer problems. We're at 7190 South US 1, and our number in the office is 772-878-5978. And of course, we're here to answer your questions. Well, your computer questions, and we could answer other questions, but we're here specifically to answer computer questions. Computer problems? You need a faster PC. Yes, you do, and we're back ready to answer your computer, technical, streaming, cybersecurity questions. And again, you can give us a call, 772-340-1590, or you can actually type those into the comment section of one of our live videos over at Facebook and YouTube. Don't see any questions over there yet. So we will continue to go over one of the biggest threats that is out there right now. Imagine this: your antivirus suddenly goes blind. It can't see the malware creeping into your system. No alerts, no protection, and before you know it, your files are locked, your data is stolen, and hackers are demanding a ransom to get it back. Or in some cases, not only to get it back, but also to not release it publicly. Imagine if you're a business, if you're a medical practice, if you're a dental practice, if you're a law office, if you're an accounting office, if you're a nonprofit, and all of a sudden your data is encrypted, and also the hackers are threatening to release that information publicly. This isn't just a nightmare scenario. It's actually happening right now. Security researchers have uncovered a dangerous new tool that silently disables and even in some cases uninstalls antivirus programs. We talked a little bit about this last week, but this threat is actually affecting many antivirus programs. And if you're not prepared, you could actually be next. So one thing that has happened is that researchers have exposed a custom variant of an open source tool called Real Blind EDR. EDR stands for Endpoint Detect and Respond. Real Blind EDR. This tool is being used by hackers to bypass security defenses in a terribly effective way. How? It scans your system for major antivirus programs like Kaspersky, Malwarebytes, Bitdefender, and more, and then disables their kernel level detection hooks. In some cases, it even uninstalls them altogether. And the total list of really the total list, you're looking at Trend Micro, Kaspersky, Sophos, Sentinel, Malwarebytes, and even more. The group wielding this tool, it's a new highly dangerous ransomware gang called Crypto24. First spotted in late 2024, experts believe they are made up of veteran hackers from other disbanded cybercrime groups. They've already hit major organizations in the U.S. in finance, manufacturing, and tech across the U.S., Europe, and Asia. So here's how they operate. First, they gain access to the system. How do they do that? Well, quite often it's through social engineering. They learn something about you. They learn what you are expecting, what types of emails you normally receive, who you normally receive them from, and then they send you one. In fact, if they're able to use this social engineering and they even take over one of your email addresses, then they can really learn and they can really deceive, because they can actually send out malicious emails from an official email address. They then disable and remove, in many cases, your antivirus so that it can't detect them. They deploy a keylogger. A keylogger actually logs every keystroke. So everything you're typing, they are actually capturing. With this keylogger, just think about it. You go to a website, and what do? Let's say it's your bank website. You're going to type in your username and your password. Those keystrokes would actually be captured and would be sent to the hackers. They're actually exfiltrating this data out to Google Drive. And so they have actually, probably just a free Google Drive account. They give you 15 gigabytes of data, and it'll be active until Google figures out that hackers are using it, and then they'll go to a different Google Drive at that point. But they're capturing these keystrokes. They're sending those out to Google Drive. Just think about, again, all the other, your bank website, your email address, your email when you go to log in for email. If you go to log into your computer, all of these usernames and passwords, they're actually capturing those so that they can know your username and your password. Then they start encrypting the files on your drive. Now, what does this mean, to encrypt the files on your drive? Actually, encryption is not necessarily a bad thing. It's actually even required that you encrypt the data. If you're a medical practice, if you deal with finance at all, if you're an accountant's office, if you're an attorney's office, if you're a real estate appraiser, many organizations are required to actually encrypt. Medical practices, dental practices are required to encrypt data while in state, just sitting there, and also while in transit. So it's important to realize that encryption is actually important, but this encryption is not done by you. It's done by malicious hackers. And what has to happen to unencrypt the data is you have to have the encryption key, which the hackers have. And they encrypt the data on your computer, and then you see a notice notifying you that the data is encrypted, and then also prompting you to actually capture or to actually pay them, prompting you to actually pay them to decrypt the data. Quite often, many of these attacks also, they're also as part of their ransom, they're agreeing to not release this information publicly. Think about the types of information that you would have that you wouldn't want people to get in the public. Maybe it's your employees maybe it's your employees' names, date of birth, addresses, and social security numbers. Maybe you have some of that information for your customers. Certainly accountants would. Sometimes attorneys would have some of that information for their customers. Really, medical practices quite often ask for that type of information as well. And also your medical ID and your medical insurance information, your Medicare information. All of this type of information is information. Think about if you had a counseling firm and the data was actually extracted by a hacking group that was actually threatening to release that publicly. Well, that would be a very bad thing. It would be very embarrassing for the people who have been in those counseling sessions. And it's something that really, would they trust you ever again? No, they wouldn't. And this is one of the reasons why so many businesses don't survive a ransomware attack. Very high percentage of businesses that actually go out of business within a year of experiencing one of these types of attacks. So they're demanding a ransom. And again, that ransom is to not only to get your data back, but also to not release that data remotely or even publicly, to not release that data. So how do you stop an attack that takes out your antivirus first? So what you really need to do here is you need to employ a layered defense strategy. So this is one of the things that we've been talking about. We've been talking about making sure that you have, and in fact, we've been doing a series where we're talking about what you need to have in a basic cybersecurity program. We also have an advanced cybersecurity program. So there's various layers that need to be protected against. You want to use, first of all, an antivirus, and really we recommend an EDR. EDR stands for Endpoint Detect and Respond. It's a very sophisticated and highly sophisticated version of protection. We recommend using an EDR with tamper protection. The EDR that we have has tamper protection. It cannot be uninstalled without the password. And that password is something that we have access to if we need it. It's really rare that we need it because typically people, when they have the protection, they want to continue having the protection. But, if we were to go through a regular uninstall, the program actually would not uninstall. You really want to make sure that you have real-time scanning, that you have firewall. We also have talked about deploying a secondary anti-malware tool. One of the things that we do is we say utilize the Windows security. But also, in addition to Windows security, we want to make sure that you're also utilizing a second form. And so our EDR is actually configured to work with Windows security. You want to also have zero trust at the network level and also zero trust at the local application level as well. Zero trust at the file level, where only trusted programs are able to actually edit and change your files. So we have zero trust application control. We also have zero trust network control, zero trust file control, so that, let's say, Microsoft Word would be able to open up a document, make a change, and save it. But a tool from a ransomware attacker, first of all, they would try to open it, and the zero trust software would stop it. But even if it were able to run, it wouldn't be able to actually make a change to the files on the computer because it's not in the approved list. And so you want to make sure that you're actually protecting yourself in this way. You also want to make sure that you're keeping all software up to date. So you want to keep your operating system. We talked about Windows Patch Tuesday. Make sure that you're installing those updates. Make sure that you're installing updates to your security tools and drivers. We actually, with our managed services clients, we are actually looking for updates to Windows twice a day. We're looking for updates to programs such as Google Chrome and Firefox and Zoom and 7-Zip and some other programs. We're looking for updates to those about every 4 hours. We're also looking for updates to Windows Security every hour. And then make sure that your antivirus is up to date. Make sure that your Zero Trust, if you have Zero Trust and you're utilizing that, make sure that that is up to date also. Train your employees on train your employees on the phishing risk. You want to actually make sure that you're protecting yourself. So if you're out there and you're saying, you know what, I need some help with all of this, well, you need a faster PC. Give us a call, 772-878-5978, 772-878-5978. And remember, when you have computer problems and cybersecurity problems, you need a faster PC. We're coming to the end of today's show, but if you've missed any part of this show, want to listen to or watch it again, or want to share it with your friends, head over to our website, afasterpc.com, and look at the top of the page. Right in the middle, there's a red button that says Live Technical Support. Click on that button. On the left-hand side, you'll see various ways that you can actually request live technical support from a Faster PC's technicians. On the right-hand side, you'll see how you can listen to and watch a Faster PC live technical support, including on the radio, on the TuneIn app, on your Alexa or Google speakers, and on our podcast, as well as links to both our YouTube channel and our Facebook page, where you'll not only be able to hear the show, but also see the show. We also have links to our YouTube channel's video page where you can watch individual segments, and then also our shorts page where you can watch little snippets of a Faster PC live technical support. We're open today until 2 p.m. Monday through Friday, we're open from 9 to 5, and next Saturday, we'll be open from 9 to 2. We want to invite you to listen to our church radio show tomorrow morning here on WPSL at 10 a.m. You can listen to other sermons on our church website, covenanttabernacle.com, or our church YouTube channel, Covenant Tabernacle World Outreach Center. If you have any computer questions for next week's show, you can type those into the comment section of our live videos over at YouTube and Facebook. Again, you can get the links to both of those by clicking on the live technical support button at our website, the top middle, and you can request live technical support on that page as well. Computer problems?
Don't you know by now you need a faster PC?
As children go back to school, let us remember that the fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and instruction. Also, God calls every parent and grandparent to take an active role in training their children and grandchildren, not just in reading, writing, and arithmetic, but also in the fear of the Lord. This year, help your kids with their studies and encourage them to live boldly for God.